Also, another reason that will cause a person to enter the hellfire, it has been clarified to us in authentic hadith. قد سئل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن أكثر ما يدخل الناس النار. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم was asked about those things that cause the people to enter the hellfire the most. And I want every person here to listen closely to what the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said. He said, الفم والفرج. He said the mouth and the private part. As for the mouth, then of course what's being referred to here is the tongue. And due to the fact that the tongue is something that's very easy to use, it doesn't require any effort, many people, they're very negligent. And they're heedless when it comes to the things that they say. This is why you find many people, the majority of their dialogue or their speech will be backbiting someone else. Or they're slandering someone else. Or they're gossiping about someone else. Without realizing that this is one of the main reasons for a person being punished in the hellfire. It comes in the hadith Mu'adh radiyallahu anhu. He said, Ya Rasulullah, wa inna lamu'akhadhuna bima natakallamu bih. He said, Messenger of Allah, are we going to be taken into account for the things that we say? So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, ثَكِلَتْكَ أُمُّكَ يَا مُعَاذ. He said, may your mother lose you, Mu'adh. May your mother be deprived of you, Mu'adh. وَهَلْ يَكُبُّ النَّاسَ فِي النَّارِ عَلَى وُجُوهِهِمْ أو قال على مناخرهم إلا حصائد ألسنتهم. He said, will the people be dragged upon their faces in the hellfire or upon their noses except due to the harvest of their tongues? The Prophet ﷺ said, وَالْفَرْجِ, and the private part. And what's being referred to here is fornication and adultery. And this is a vice, unfortunately, that's very common in this society, even amongst the Muslims. Especially the youth from amongst the Muslims. And this is why we always advise the Muslim youth who have the ability to get married young. Do not stipulate unrealistic conditions and say that you have to wait until after you finish college. Every person who has been to college in this country knows all of the vices that take place. Everyone knows how promiscuous and how filthy these women dress and how they act. When a person says he has to wait until after he finishes college to get married, then he's subjecting himself to fall into the haram, whether he realizes it or not. And the Prophet ﷺ said, advising the youth, يَا مَعْشَرَ الشَّبَابِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ مِنْكُمُ الْبَاءَ فَلْيَتَزَوَّجْ. This is the directive of the Prophet ﷺ. He said, gathering of youth, whoever from amongst you has the ability to get married, then get married. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ فَعَلَيْهِ بِالصَّوْمِ. Whoever does not have the ability, then he should fast. And let's be real, how many of us actually do that? From amongst the youth, or those who are not married. This is a very few people, only a very few people, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best, do that. So if that's the case, that individual has the ability to get married, but he's postponing his marriage because of frivolous reasons, then this is not an excuse with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if he happens to fall into the haram. The Prophet ﷺ said, then he should fast. For those who do not have the ability, they should fast because this will be a shield for them.